huge army descending upon an enemy general. A samurai in that situation had no time to contemplate which weapon to use or what technique to employ. He had to depend on his instincts to guide him, instincts forged through training. The techniques could save the life of his lord and his own. Battlefield tactics reached a new level of sophistication in the 13th century as warriors learned to use the bow and arrow on horseback. Archery and mounted attacks offered the opportunity to vanquish an opponent with a fusillade of force. At the same time, weapons were developed for fighting on foot while maintaining a distance. This led to Naginata Jutsu. Then came the introduction of the spear and the development of sojutsu. Later on, the spread of firearms engendered the rise of artillery. The details may change, but throughout history, development of new weapons and methods of combat invariably led to the invention of fighting techniques. Ancient documents provide evidence of this pattern throughout human history. Weaponry and ways of using those weapons are like strands of the double helix in DNA. They are intertwined and inseparable. More than 300 schools of Kobudo exist today with their own collections of techniques. Each school has preserved the sagacity of the samurai and their survival skills.
Maybe if it's not too much of a inconvenience, you could teach me a couple of techniques. I would like to learn something.
All right.
The
first technique, Kogusoku Jutsu, makes use of a short sword for close combat.
We'll be starting to practice with this small wooden sword, as you can see. And it's got a plastic scabbard for practicing.
You're supposed to use a real sword, but I'll let you use a wooden sword this time. Understand? A real sword would kill you.
Did you guys get that?
Okay, begin.
Oh man, that was scary.
The fierce attack has given Nicholas the shock of his life.
You sure did. Here, use this hand. Yes, and strike like this. Then bend upwards.
I really can't explain how this feels right now. Okay, let's try it.
Okay.
You need to do it much faster, though.
Okay. Slowly, okay.
Slowly. Since he's laughing at me because I'm too slow.
Next, Kusarigama Jutsu. A metal ball and chain entangles the enemy's sword. The sickle? That's for his neck. Kusarigama Jutsu is intended to neutralize an opponent who's armed with a sword. Throwing the metal ball accurately, though, doesn't come naturally. The technique requires years of practice. To find out how much pressure the Kusarigama exerts, we had a staff member wear a small camera. Enemies can't foresee when the launch will come, so they keep their distance. The Kusarigama has yet another deterring effect. The opponent's neck can also be a target. Nicholas, now you're the target.
In reality, the enemy is moving. But here's what the receiving end is like.
はい、OK。はい。こう。OK。OK。
I feel like a caged animal here. Get me out of this thing. Oh my God. That was the scariest thing I've done in years. Well, you guys should have tried that.
It's not just about wrapping a chain around the neck. Remember, there's supposed to be a metal ball on the end. No, it's soft.
Obviously, this is for practicing, so it's not really that hard. It's kind of hard, but still.
I'm going to aim this at you. If it hits you, you lose. So try to avoid it.
Practice starts without any further explanation.
何するんですか何やだ You gotta imagine that, because this is for practice, right? That's just a little paper ball or whatever it is. But in real life, that would have been an iron ball. And now it's just sort of cracked my head open here.
Here, Hiro, take my place.
Using the kusarigama well requires a lot of practice.